What's up, Sparkman family? It's your boy Sparkman, and welcome back to another video. Today, we saw a lot of people open up their Dueling Mirrors tin here on YouTube. A lot of the YouTubers released their sponsored Konami video showing us early preview of what's to come in these tins. And I'm not gonna lie, everybody. Yes, I was pleased with certain aspects of this tin, but I really wasn't happy that much with these tins. I think they will be fun to open. I think that there'll be a lot of exciting factors about this tin in terms of just pulling something really amazing and not expecting it. I think also we have to keep in mind that the tin looks absolutely wonderful. I think the design did great. The designer, whoever designed this tin, did a great job. But the pull ratio looks atrocious. Like, it looks really, really bad, everybody. And I think that is what's going to upset a lot of people here. The 400 card set size is showing its face. I did not see one SPL Knight pulled in any of the sponsored videos. Now, I could be mistaken, I missed one, but I don't think I saw one SPL Knight. And if it did, I mean, that's one out of many sponsored videos, and that's really, really bad. Obviously, we won't really know the ratio until we actually get the cases in our hands. But from what I can tell and from what I'm seeing, and people are pulling doubles within the same tin as well, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. It looks like as though SPL Knight and all those cards will remain in high value volume right now in the market. So it doesn't look good for us moving forward for a lot of budget players, for meta players that actually sold their cards are looking to pick them up again. It looks like you're probably going to have to pick them up for the same price you probably sold them at, or a little bit under if you sold them at around, like for example, SPL Knight was selling for around what, $90 to $100. So probably you'll be able to pick it up maybe a little cheaper, maybe at like 60 or 70, but at the same time, I don't see those cards going down. I really don't. I actually think that SPL Knight will actually maintain its value in the original set, and if anything, the tin reprint here will probably be close to $50 to maybe even $60. At this point, it seems that way. It really does. It seems you're not guaranteed to pull one out of a case. So keep that in mind, everybody. And you might be pulling one out of every 3 cases, so it might be even harder to pull. My recommendation to those people is that yes, it actually is worth buying singles from this tin, not actually picking it up if you're looking to pull a specific card, because it's just not worth your time. It's not worth your money. It's going to be very hard if you're looking to pull a specific card, especially in a prismatic sea career, because what's rumored to be is that there's 100 prismatic sea careers, and if we're looking at it entirely in this aspect, you're not gonna be good trying to pull a SPL Knight, a Crimson Dragon, a Bishop Dispater, a wanted card. There's gonna be a lot of cards that you're probably going to be chasing in this tin, and you're probably not going to pull it, if I'm being completely honest with you. So that's the disappointing thing. I think the QCRs are probably going to be even easier to pull than the Prismatic Secrets, which is cool, I guess, right? Pretty cool to, I guess that's their little celebration and give back as well. But the unfortunate part about it is that a lot of the QCRs are more of collector pickups rather than meta pickups. So then, you're going to really hurt the meta part of the game here, where people are probably going to get a little frustrated here because, it's obviously so that people were looking forward to picking up these cards at a cheaper value, and this is not the tin that people expected or were hoping for in terms of getting their cards for a cheaper price point, like myself. Unfortunately, I don't think this year's tins are going to succeed, because I think they overcompensated to try to give the tins way too much value. We talked about giving a tin life and value, and I'm all for that. Like, I'm all for doing that while also giving back to the budget players and meta players of the cards they need at a much more cheaper price rate. There's ways to do it that you give back in both the value of the product and to the players of the game, and they are going one way or the other every year. So past few years, they've been going way too hard on the budget players in terms of giving them everything they want, and losing extraordinary amount of value in the actual tin product. This year, they went too far on the other side of going towards the value of the tin versus giving back to the budget players. There is a way to do it in the middle ground, and they are failing to do so. There are ways to do it, they just don't want to meet that way. They're just trying to feed off one side and feed off the other every now and so often. And they had a good model when we had promo cards back in these tins, where they were giving, cards to budget players, but also giving tins value in terms of the actual cards inside the set, where they wouldn't have mega packs. They would just have, previous set packs in those tins. And I think that made more sense to give life to the tin, but also give back to budget players in a promo pack, which you had like 5 cards in a promo pack, which, probably could have consisted of maybe like an SP Alumni, Crimson Dragon, those types of things. And that would have made more sense, in my opinion. Versus what their aspect is going in this way. These past few years, they've had these mega packs and these tins out. It just hasn't been that great. You're destroying either the product, or you're destroying either the player base that needs cards. So they really haven't done a great job in balancing that, and they have to figure out a way to balance it. I've given my feedback on how to balance that in previous videos, and yet I've even talked about this last year as well, and I just don't understand I don't understand. I don't. I really don't. I wish I did. I wish I could tell you that it's going to change. I wish I could tell you that Konami is going to wake up and realize they're doing something wrong and they have to fix it because they're not making their player base happy. But at this point, it's very hard to say that Konami doesn't want to build a toxic relationship with its community. And that is very, very weird to say, because as a business, you do not want to build a toxic relationship with your community, but yet they have done so. These past few months, they have certainly done so. It's a tough thing. It's a tough thing what they're doing here, and these tins are going to be a tough sell to buy as a product. So we'll see what happens. I don't think this year's tins will do extraordinary well. I think they'll have value, no doubt about it. I just don't think that people will be very happy that it's value against them. And it is what it is at this point. I mean, we're going to have to either just suck it up and just buy the tin, or pay for the single that's probably going to be very expensive as is, or we're going to have to keep being patient, waiting for that reprint again to happen with certain cards here. And who knows when those reprints are going to happen. We talk about Bishop Lebellion, for example, being reprinted in last year's tins. We haven't seen another reprint of that card yet. Same with Cashier Fenrir. Those types of cards have not been reprinted again since last year's tins. So saying that SP Alumni and these cards are going to get reprinted very soon again, highly doubt it. I very highly doubt it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. It doesn't look really good for a lot of the player base. But this is the stick that Konami gave us to I guess, to use. And it's a not really good one. So I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your opinions. I think that we definitely got screwed over this year yet again, but in a way that we didn't think we would. I like I said, I do think some of the cards here in terms of the QCRs are really going to be fun to pull. You have your Blue Eyes, right? And I saw a lot of people pull the Blue Eyes. MST.TV pulled one, and it looks fantastic. Like, some of the cards in the QCR pile, and it looks fantastic. It looks fantastic, right? And I think that's going to be a very much appreciated thing here in these tins, right? Even JRB Jobbers pulled one as well. I mean, that 25th anniversary stamp looks crazy amazing, so can't wait to get one. And I've told everybody about this. I rather this QCR versus the Kaiba Briefcase QCR. I think this one is just much more appealing. This one has much more of a classic feel, and it calls out to you just a little bit more than the other one in the Kaiba Briefcase, in my opinion. But yeah, this looks absolutely fantastic. We saw XYZ Dragon Cannon get pulled as well from Cyber Knight. So I mean, we do have some pretty cool cards in this one. I don't want to go over everything in his video, because obviously I want you to go check out his video and their videos, because they're sponsored by Konami. But I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like this year's tins could have been better in terms of ratio, in terms to help the public out, but it didn't. It didn't do that, and it's an unfortunate thing. And yeah, but I want to hear what you have to say in the comment section down below. I think obviously, again, it's going to be fun to open. It's really disappointing in terms of the ratio. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. From your Shirley Sparkman, please subscribe, like, and comment, and peace out, YouTube.